Hey, today I'm going to talk about something different. It'll require you to think a little bit, so, tune in. Who exactly are you and how do you think? How are things made? Okay? What's the deciding factor of what you do and what actions you do and how you think, act, how anything, comes into existence, really? Well, here's a quote that I made. Creation is the link between nothing and possibility. Now, if you look out there, it's actually true. How did the universe start? No one really knows. Because nothing was there before it, right? You can't fathom what nothing is like. You don't remember what nothing is like. You weren't there. Even when, before an event happens. Before a particular thing happens, like a fight or you deciding to make a video or a meal, nothing's there. When you think about a meal, what you want to eat, you have to think about the possibilities of what you're going to have for dinner that night, right? But before then, before anything's actually made, nothing is there until you think of the possibility of it happening. Now, the link or the bond is you. You actually have to get the ingredients. You have to perform the actions in order to do everything that adds up to the final result, making the meal. Before the cause happens, which is you, you're always the cause, there's nothing. Just like your thoughts. Before you think, what are you thinking about? Before a thought rises up in your head, like, before water boils, you don't see anything in the water. It's just, it's really calm until the heat switches it on, right? All right, we'll call the calm water nothing because nothing's happening to the calm water. Then you switch the heat on, and little by little, the water, at the bottom starts to waver a little bit, and you see little bubbles on the bottom. Okay, now those little bubbles might be your thoughts. Okay, it's an analogy. And then after a while, that thought or those bubbles get bigger and bigger. They rise to the surface. Okay, and once they get there, boom, they break the surface, and the bubble's gone. And that's how the mind really is. It's basically a boiling pot of water. So when you think, when you decide to do anything or think anything is possible, you're only limited to what you believe is possible because there are infinite possibilities, right? If you look at the universe, there's infinite possibilities of what can happen. It's the same thing with you. You're part of this universe too, right? So you don't operate under any other different rules than the rest of the universe does. As below, so is above, right? Whatever happens with you, since you're part of the universe, you act exactly like the universe does. You operate under the same universal laws, okay? So you have to think accordingly too. If you understand yourself, then you can understand more of what happens out there, create your own ideas. That's how a lot of theories came to be about how the universe was created. But back to my point, you're only limited to what you believe you can do. So even even those who believe that they can do anything already, right? They still have doubts about themselves. I still have a doubt. I still have doubts about myself, even though I'm talking to you about this. I mean, I think everyone has doubts, but the point is, you're the link. You're the deciding factor. What will you allow be possible? It's up to you. You're the sole factor in deciding your future, whatever outcomes that you want. If you want a result, then you have to act first. You can't just think of something, you can't think of a possibility and do nothing. Because, like, again, where's that bond that links nothing and possibility together? If you're not that bond to link those two together, then nothing will happen. Nothing will be created. And you'll be in the same position that you are right now. Nothing will happen. Okay, you have to take action. Action, thoughts, from nothing equals results. If that little link, okay, that bond that keeps the two together, the glue, which is you, is gone, then so is the possibility. Okay? So whatever you think, if you want to be successful with something, then you have to do the necessary actions. You just have to act, okay? You don't know how, you don't have to understand how to act, alright? You just need to act. As long as you act towards the goal that you want to achieve, then you'll get there. Because that's all that's really required to do, okay? All the successful people, guess what? They had a dream. They had a dream and they didn't know how to get there. They just knew that they were going to get there. And guess what? Everything fell into place because they had the rock solid belief, okay, the possibility did not change. They held on to their dreams, and guess what? Those successful people that actually reach their dreams, okay, they got there because they acted. You don't have to know everything before you act to a dream, okay? Those people, I'm sure they had unrealistic dreams, right? But if you keep on thinking that your dreams have to be realistic, okay, then you won't really get anywhere with them, okay? It's because for a dream to be realistic, you actually have to know exactly how to get to that dream, right? Well, if you actually have to know how to get there, all right, with the knowledge that you already have and own, then how are you going to get anywhere if you only act from the limitations that you instill with the knowledge that you have right now? If you aren't there and you're still here, then what can you do with the knowledge that you have right now? Not much. You have to learn things that you don't know. And how do you learn things? You have to act. So, as long as you act, the information will come. I mean, it's a law of attraction. If you believe that you need to get somewhere, then the universe will kind of rearrange itself. It'll create a path for you to get to what you need to do. But you have to will it to do that, okay? And you will the universe to move to however you want it to move. It makes a path for you according to what you believe is possible. If you focus on your dream, then the path is clear. But if you're not clear on what your dream is, then the path won't be clear, right? You'll always have a lot of obstacles. You might give up, and you might think of another dream, right? You might abandon your dream and think of a new one and do the exact same thing that you did with the one that you abandoned. And what's going to happen? You're going to abandon that dream too, unless you change something, unless you act on it. So that's all I need to really say today. I hope you enjoyed our discussion. So you'll see me again tomorrow. All right. Thanks for listening, and take care.